What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Ragin Nation Show. This is just a web show where we're talking about all things that matter to me in the world of upcoming films. In this episode, let's talk about Jurassic World. Jurassic World is a film that I saw last Friday. Did a review for it, spoiler-free. If you want to know how I felt about the sequel without getting into any spoilerific specifics, watch my previous video. In a nutshell, I gave it an 8 out of 10. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way I feel, and there are some people who didn't quite like the sequel, but for the most part, I think Jurassic World was a crowd pleaser, especially since it made a huge amount of money at the box office. It completely exceeded expectations. Let's just talk about box office for a moment, alright? The box office analysts predicted that Jurassic World would make $125 million for its opening weekend, okay? And I'm pretty sure that a film like this would be a little bit hard to predict accurately, especially since it's been 14 years since the previous film, Jurassic Park 3, which came out in 2001. Alright? So a lot of people aren't really sure, you know, do people even want to see another Jurassic Park sequel, or do fans really want to watch one because they've been waiting for a very, very long time? Well, the box office says it all, okay? Let's just talk about Friday, okay? Friday is phenomenal. What it did was $82.8 million domestically, that's in North America alone, just for Friday alone, which places it in the third place for the biggest domestic opening for Friday alone, okay? Third place, $82.8 million for Jurassic World. Second place, Avengers Age of Ultron with $84.4 million. And first place, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 rather, at $91 million for Friday alone, and that's in North America. Now, for the entire weekend, okay, pretty impressive, okay? Jurassic World places in second at $204.6 million, right behind the number one spot, which is currently held by Marvel's The Avengers at $207.4 million. Hold up, there's an update, okay? Looks like Jurassic World was able to find $4 or $5 million additional to its take. What I reported, or what I mentioned earlier, was apparently inaccurate. What is accurate is that it actually took $209 million over its domestic weekend take, which makes it the number one spot, okay? It bumps Marvel's The Avengers back down to number 2, and Jurassic World now takes the number one spot as the biggest domestic opener at $209 million, okay? And that's not the only record that it broke, okay? The other record that Jurassic World broke at the box office is that it is the first, or rather, the fastest film to make $500 million globally, okay? It's the fastest film to make $500 million worldwide, okay? It made $524 million worldwide. We're talking about all the openings throughout the international box office, plus the North American box office. $524 million. That's phenomenal. That is insane. That's $500 million in one single weekend. It's crazy. Okay? Man, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just ridiculous. And you know what studios say after, as a result of a ridiculous opening. Usually the determination of whether or not, or rather the decision to make a sequel by the studio executives is determined by how much it makes on its opening weekend, okay? And I think that they have enough, or rather they made enough to make multiple sequels. And that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Jurassic World sequels, because essentially Jurassic World rebooted the franchise. It is a sequel, but it did reboot the franchise. The franchise was kind of dying, okay? They needed to inject new life in it. Jurassic Park 3 didn't do a whole lot for the franchise. As a matter of fact, it made I guess the general audience and the studio executives realize that they were a bit tired of seeing dinosaurs. Well, Jurassic World really, really did something for this franchise, and it made the audiences, or rather made the studio executives realize that audiences want to see more dinosaurs. And that is absolutely true. I want to see more. I'm pretty sure the fans want to see more, and well, we are getting more. The sequels are a go, and Chris Pratt is officially signed for not more for not just one sequel, but multiple sequels. That is official. Chris Pratt is signed on for multiple sequels. Okay, so we're gonna see his character come back for Jurassic World 2, Jurassic World 3, or however they want to call it, but we're gonna see more. Now, what I really want to talk about is what can we expect from these sequels, okay? Well, we can expect a number of things, but the one thing that they shouldn't do is do the same formula. I mean, they're gonna do the same formula to an extent, but I don't think it's a good idea for them to go back to the island and then send in a team of people only to get mauled by dinosaurs again, okay? There's got to be something more to it. And I think that Steven Spielberg, you know, he brought something new to the mix with Lost World, okay? He brought dinosaurs to the mainland. And that was something different, but fans didn't take it quite well, as you can tell from the box office and how people rated the movie, okay? But I think there's something new to be done here. There's a lot of potential for a really, really great Jurassic World sequel, okay? Well, here's what we can expect. Chris Pratt is back. Bryce Dallas Howard, I'm pretty sure she's back. Now, the nephews, I'm pretty sure they don't need to come back. And they're probably not signed on. And if we're going to talk about, you know, if this is a story involving Chris Pratt's character, there's really no need to bring in the nephews again. Okay, because really their characters don't have a whole lot to do with each other, alright? He's an expert. He's a Velociraptor Wrangler. Let's bring more of that into the sequel, okay? So we can expect that. What about InGen, the company, alright? The big company that runs the whole show. They're kind of like the Weyland-Yutani in Aliens. And so we got to explore a little bit more about that, alright? What is going on in the mainland? Like, you know, are there like, you know, corporate executives that, or rather investors that are, you know, looking to do something more with these dinosaurs? There's a lot to be explored in that sense. Or what about, and this is kind of spoilerific, what about B.D. Wong's character, Dr. Henry Wu? His character got away, alright? So, what's going to happen to him? I mean, I wanted to know more about his character. I wanted to see more screen time for his character because his character is actually very interesting. He's got kind of a, good guy, bad guy, neutral element to him, alright? And you know what? The T-Rex is running around the island, the Velociraptors are running around the island, the Indominus Rex is only the tip of the iceberg as to what they can do with these dinosaurs. We're talking about genetically modified dinosaurs. They can do a whole lot with this concept alone. They can make a lot of their own dinosaurs. They can have an army of their own dinosaurs. So what are they going to do with them? Are they going to bring them back to the mainland? Is there going to be a Site B, if you will? Are they going to go back to the island trying to capture them? Or are they going to make, or rather breed dinosaurs from home, from the mainland, and do something? Who knows? But another thing for certain is that Colin Trevorrow is not back to direct, which is actually, you know, something that I'm not particularly happy or sad about. I feel very neutral about it. If they bring in a new director to bring in a new vision, I'm happy with that. In fact, I kind of want to see Colin Trevorrow work on Transformers. So, yeah, I mean, after all, he does have a relationship with executive producer Steven Spielberg, so you know what? For him to bring Colin Trevorrow to the Transformers mix, that's kind of interesting. But with regards to Jurassic World, I'm down with a new vision, and I think those are the things that we can currently expect with Jurassic World. Now, the big question is when? When can we see a Jurassic World sequel? All right? I don't think that they're going to wait as long as they've waited for the time to pass between Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World. We're not going to wait 14 years for another sequel. Studio executives are greedy. They want to see a lot of money. They want to see return on investment, and if they see a big box office result, they are getting ready for the next one because they want to see that that trend, that box office trend. You know, it's just like the Fast and Furious sequels, all right? Fast 5 did well, Fast 6 did even better, and Fast 7 did phenomenal, okay? So they want to repeat that success, and if they want to do that, they gotta, you know, they gotta start cashing in now, all right? So I don't think we're gonna see Jurassic World 4 years later. The earliest we're gonna see Jurassic World is 2 years from now, so 2017. okay? And at the latest 2018, all right? So if they play their cards right, you know what? They can get this exact same box office result. And you know what? Who knows? Jurassic World might end up, you know what, taking that spot in the biggest opening biggest films of all time in the worldwide box office, just right below Titanic. All right, it might take that spot. It might take the Avengers spot or the Furious 7 spot. So who knows? Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. I just really want to talk about what could possibly happen in a Jurassic World sequel. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think is gonna happen? Once again, Chris Pratt is back. BD Wong survived, and or BD Wong's character survived. Colin Trevorrow is not here back to direct, and the Velociraptors are still alive. T-Rex is alive. Indominus Rex is dead, but genetically modified dinosaurs is something that has a huge potential that can be explored even further. So let me know what you think is going to happen in the sequel in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. He has control over the Velociraptors, or he tames them, or he just knows how to communicate with them, which makes him a badass. Okay? So his character